Hello and welcome, my eighth grader. This is Teacher Fida with you, and today we are going to start with a new story. So go to your literature for English book and let's start. So I want you to open your book, page 145, Space Star, part 1, unit 7. We are going to start by learning about literature. So I want you to open your book, page 145. The literary element that we are going to learn about today is science fiction وهي قصص الخيال العلمي. So, where do science fiction stories take place? A science fiction stories وهي قصص الخيال العلمي take place in a strange world that are different from our own. في أماكن أو في عوالم تختلف عن عوالمنا. In those worlds, there are many unusual creatures that are able to do amazing things. وفي هذه العوالم مخلوقات غريبة وغير عادية قادرة على عمل أشياء مذهلة. Those stories takes place in the future or 100 years ago. وهذه القصص أحيانا تكون في المستقبل لآلاف السنوات في المستقبل أو مئات السنوات الماضية. What does the word fiction mean? The word fiction means not true. So, what does the word fiction mean? The word fiction means not true. Now, I want you to open your book, page 146, and let's start by listening to the by listening to this story.
Turn to page 146. Listen to Space Star by Lael J. Litke, Part 1. Maris was ready, all dressed in her spacesuit except for the helmet. Before she put that on, she took one last look in the mirror. The next time I look at you, she promised, I'll be wearing the Space Star medal. I'll be very proud of myself. Yes, she was going to win the space race today. She was the best mini-craft pilot in the Galaxy space race. Or was she? Maris looked at her reflection in the mirror and thought about herself. She had worked very hard learning how to fly the small one-person mini-craft. She knew she was good at it. She thought she was good enough to win the Space Star medal. Maris put on her helmet. Then she stepped out into the corridor that led to the launching platform. Two other pilots, Narda and Rel, were also walking toward the platform. Maris knew Narda. She was a young, green-skinned woman from the fifth moon of Jupiter. Rel was a pilot from the asteroid Pallas. Narda smiled confidently. This is the big day, isn't it? She asked through her helmet. It quickly translated all the languages in the galaxy. Maris suddenly felt her own confidence fading. There were quite a few pilots in the race, but Narda was the one who worried Maris the most. Narda flew fast and without any fear, and she wanted to win very much. She and Maris had the same scores when they tried out earlier. They had the highest scores of all the pilots. But Maris noticed that Narda didn't always fly exactly on course.
So here we have, let's start the story by talking about the characters first. We have three characters, Maris, Rel, and Narda. Maris, She was from Earth. And she is the best minicraft pilot in the world. minicraft سفينة فضائية صغيرة أو طائرة فضائية صغيرة. Pilot in the Galaxy Space Race, سباق المجرة. Ren, he was also a pilot from the asteroid Pallas. Narda, she was a young green-skinned woman. She had a green skin. The color of her skin was green. بشرتها خضراء. She was from the fifth moon of Jupiter. Now, at the beginning of the story, Maris, she was standing in front of her mirror and she was talking to herself. She promised herself that the next time she looked at herself in the mirror, she will be wearing the Galaxy Space Race medal, and she will be proud of herself. عندما تنظر إلى نفسها في المرآة سوف تكون ترتدي ميدالية ميدالية سباق المجرة، وسوف تكون فخورة جدا بنفسها. Now, she was all dressed in her space suit. كانت مرتدية بدلة الفضاء and she put on her helmet وارتدت خوذتها and she stepped into the corridor, and there she met two other pilots, Narda and Drell. Narda was the one who worried Maris the most. أكثر واحدة كانت تقلق منها مارس كانت هي ناردا. Narda, she was a good pilot. She flew fast and without any fear. كانت تقود بسرعة ومن دون أي خوف. And she also wanted to win very much. وكانت أيضا هي تريد الفوز في هذا السباق. And Narda and Maris, they both had the same score when they tried out earlier. حققوا نفس النتيجة في السباق التجريبي. They had the highest score of all the pilots, and they both had the highest score. كانت نتيجتهم أعلى نتيجة بين جميع المتبارين أو جميع الطيارين الموجودين. Now, Maris noticed, لاحظت Maris that Narda did not always fly exactly on course, and she didn't always fly on the route. Sometimes she went off the route. أنها لا تقود على المسار المحدد لها وأحيانا تخرج عن الطريق المحدد لها. Now let's look at page 147 and listen to the script.
She sometimes went off the route, and accuracy was as important as speed in the race. Rel said to Maris and Narda, "This will probably be a big day for one of you. I just hope that I don't embarrass myself." "Embarrass yourself?" said Maris. "What do you mean by that, Rel?" Rel said, "I can't really compete with you two. I'm just a beginner. The truth is, I'm not a very good pilot." "That's not so," Maris said. "You wouldn't be here if you weren't the best minicraft pilot on Pallas." Rel smiled. "Thanks, Maris," he said. "Anyway, I'll do my best." They had arrived at the door that led to the launching platform. Moments later, the contestants were in their minicrafts. As soon as she was inside her small spaceship, Maris checked the control panel. Then she turned on the radio and tested it. "This is number 34, Maris, representing Earth," she reported to the control tower. Maris looked out the window of the minicraft and waved at the spectators far across the field. She knew, of course, that they couldn't see her, but it made her feel good to know that her parents, brother, and friends from Earth were in the crowd. She smiled when she thought about how proud they would be when she won the medal. But first, she had to win it. It was time for the launching. One by one, the mini crafts were moved into their places on the launching platform. Then they were sent off into space. Winning did not depend on who arrived back at the base first. It depended on who took the least time from departure to return. Of course, you had to stay on the route, and you were not supposed to talk to the other pilots. Mars saw number 32 Rel soar off into space. Number 33, Narda, was just in front of Mars. A few minutes later, Narda's minicraft took off. Then it was Mars's turn.
So after a while, they got into their mini crafts, and Maris checked the control panel. تحققت من لوحة التحكم and the radio. Her mini craft had the number 34. She was very happy knowing that her family were watching her. They were in the crowd. It was the time for the launching. كان وقت الإقلاع. One by one, the mini crafts were moved in their place in the launching platform. منصة الإقلاع. Then they were sent off into space. Now, the rules of the galaxy space race were: rule number one, they had some rules, and rule number one, winning didn't depend on who arrived back at the base first. So لم يعتمد الفوز على من يعود أولا إلى منصة الإقلاع. It depended on who took the least time from departure. ولكن كان يعتمد على من يعتمد على الذي حقق أقل وقت في الوصول منذ إقلاعه, because they didn't all departed at the same time. They didn't all take off at the same time. Number two, they had to stay on the route. يجب عليهم البقاء في المسار المحدد لهم. And we mentioned that Narda didn't always stay on the route. Narda لم تسير دائما أو لم تسير دائما في الخط المتبع أو الطريق المتبع التي يجب عليها السير فيها. And one of the rules, واحد من قواعد السباق, إنه that you have to stay أو you had to stay on the route. يجب عليك البقاء في المسار المحدد لك. The last rule, you were not supposed to talk to other pilots. يمنع عليك التحدث مع الطيارين الآخرين في السباق. You were not supposed to talk to other pilots. لا يجب عليك. So, Maris was number 34, Narda was number 33, and Rel was number 32. So, Rel took off first, then Narda took off, and after Narda, Maris took off. So number 32, Rel, he took off first. Then number 33, Narda, she took off. And after that, number 34, Maris, and she was the last one to take off. That's it for today, my dear student, and hope to see you soon, inshallah, with part 2 of the story Space Star. Take care and goodbye.